Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers, Facebookians. Welcome to another edition of Living Simply and Fun.
Today,
I want to say today we will be sampling,
well, the first thing to do is, this is our usual cigar video. And today we'll be smoking this little shorty. It's a, out of focus, Quesada Seleccion Espana. I'm sorry, my Spanish is horrible. Do not fault me for that. I apologize greatly for not knowing. Again, I'm going to probably butcher this. We're going to pair it, and I hate this, Kirkland Rioja Reserva. It is a 2010, and it's, well, if you don't know Kirkland brand, it's a Costco brand. So this is Costco wine. So you can probably get this all across the country. And you're already drinking it before you sniffed your cigar or anything.
I wanted to try this.
Yeah, we both
Actually, you should sample the wine first before you get into it, because that wine, I think, is going to be a nice pairing with the cigar.
We don't know. I'll say this, the only thing I'm picking up off this is maybe a little chocolate hint off the wrapper. That's about all I can say at this point. It's kind of like a light mocha. And I'm actually going to set a stopwatch on this. This is the size of another cigar that we've had in the past, Obsidian, around the same size, that took us 2 hours. So, what? Your rag? To put your ashtray on?
No, it's right there. I just don't know where my cigar is.
It was in your ashtray. Oh. Why did I do it? That's the one. This one was cracked. I don't know why I grabbed yours. Probably because I wasn't thinking. UTI thing. Which is too much information. Anyways, I'm going to fire this up.
So, for some of you out there thinking I don't have a sniffer for being a woman, I'm picking up only earth and hay senses in this.
Really? All I got was chocolate. Almost mocha.
Yeah, pure hay in my opinion. So, at least we get to review these with no problem, you know, so...
And it's officially started at 6:10 p.m. Pacific Coast time.
Alright, here we go.
To me, it tastes like mocha and nutmeg. So far. Just the first initial puffs. The wine's pretty bitter, but it's pleasing with the aftertaste. It's just kind of bitter in the back of the throat when you swish it around. But otherwise, it tastes very nice so far. Almost doesn't taste like a wine.
And just so you know, for the record, for you, my viewers out there who's watching this, I had a little bit of problem lighting this, so I'm hoping it fixes itself, but...
That's part of your vision problem. You don't have any hand-eye coordination. You can't tell depth. It's kind of hard for any viewer who seen Rita over time to not notice that she has a stropus and she's got problems seeing out of the one eye. So... Still with me? I'm just getting mocha and nutmeg. And it's so far very mild-bodied, I think, and fairly mild flavored too.
I got a stiff stick, so to me the draw is just a little crappy in my opinion. But I'll try to open it up with...
A toothpick's a good idea. As long as it's not one of those flat toothpicks. Here, let me see.
It's a flat toothpick and I...
You jabbed yourself with it.
No, I'm just hoping I didn't
Where's your pipe reamer? I don't see it.
It's in the kitchen.
Well, here.
The sliver almost came out.
Let me...
Yeah, it's better.
Oh,
so.
okay. I found what actually works better than a pipe reamer is one of those small screwdrivers, a flathead screwdriver. Not terribly big, you know. Unfortunately, I'm not good with sizes, but I'd say about a 1/4 inch thick one. You know, it's about the smallest you get before you go to lens glasses sizes. The little micro screwdrivers.
So, for some of you out there, you guys can see that this is small. This came in with 5 cigars.
This is shorter than a Robusto. Sorry,
Talking
I was
about
giving
the
a
little
size.
cardboard box it came in.
Yes, it came in a cute little cardboard box, and last I saw it was on your bed, but it's
It
not
was
there
in
now.
the office, right there in the desk. I believe is where I left it.
Yeah, well, ouch. Sorry, I keep scraping my back.
Yep. So, if you guys need to know, it came in this little box here. You got one 40th anniversary. I believe this isn't the 40th. One Oktoberfest. One Tribute to. One Heisenberg. And one Espana.
This is the Espana.
And it's a genuine product. PR Cigar. Whatever PR. Association of Dominican Cigar Republic cigars, and it's got the Dominican Republic seal right there. Now, talking about cigars, from now we're trying to institute this is I just hope this one doesn't start a hangnail.
Well, if it does, it does.
We'll try to fix it. This is the second Herfador I got, and it came with my... Aaron gave this to me. It's my Valentine's gift. I gave him one the same.
It had 5 cigars in it, too,
Yes,
and a cutter.
And the cigar cutter is an 80 ring gauge.
And thank you, CI. This is my new lighter, which just came with my cigars. We probably won't use it much because I haven't had any luck with Zycar's lighters. And I prefer these little Eagle lighters that are only $5. This one's lasted me almost a year and a half. This one I just bought and it has problems lighting, so I guess they're hit and miss. I think I had problems lighting the green one beforehand, and after a while it started lighting on its own. When I was about to give up on it.
So, our Valentine's cigar is the Divina. For some of you out there curious, the cigar mother load of diesels was shipped. I don't know when the shipping and when the receive date will be, but we got diesels on the way.
You can kind of taste this cigar also on the roof of your mouth just a little bit.
Where's the green one? Yeah, I had nothing but good luck with that last night.
You don't taste too much back in the back of your mouth on the sides. It's really just the roof of the mouth and the back of the roof. And the flavor's somewhat indistinguishable. It doesn't burn too terribly hot. It doesn't make you thirsty. That's for sure. But it doesn't quench your thirst. Ha ha ha. It's I wonder if they make bigger sizes of this, because this is actually quite enjoyable so far.
They do. You just gotta go to them, I think. Remember?
Oh, that's right. Cigar.com doesn't have the Espana and anything else. The only other one they had that was in this pack was the Oktoberfest. The other 4 they didn't have in anything else.
I'm picking up hints of dark chocolate now.
This would have gone good with my nonpareils earlier.
I would like to make a statement also to you viewers out there. Me and Aaron are honored to have, in the first 12 hours of cigar posting, 68 reviews of the Chillin' Moose.
Thank you for watching that one. If you've watched it already, if not, go watch it. Some of our reviews, we get like mass reviews right away, like the Camachos we did. But some of them, it's like they slip through the cracks and nobody watches them. So,
or it's a brand they don't want to see because it's, to them, is crap.
Oh, I don't know. Let's see. We really didn't get any reviews on. What were they? I don't remember now. But it's okay. Let it go. Sorry, that's the UTI, short memory. And I've only just started the meds on that.
You sure you need to mix wine with your meds?
Yeah, that's fine. I don't need to mix the wine with the other issue. But the meds are fine, because I don't drink enough to get drunk. And so, the only thing I really got to worry about is the muscle relaxer anyways.
Yes, well.
But I can't sleep at night without it, so.
So.
Yeah, we better stop for the first third. I'm afraid this is going to smoke a little faster than I like, but hey, it's a shorty, and we were looking for a short tonight.
Yes, we were.
So we'll see you soon.
Please look for part 2.
Okay, we're back.
Welcome back.
We are currently 21 minutes into this cigar. We made you watch about 8 minutes of us smoking this, so it's only 13 minutes later. It's carrying on very nicely, pairing very well with the wine, by the way. And I'm still getting those hints of mocha, and the nutmeg's kind of worn off, and there's some minor floral hints, which could be the wine. One thing about this is the flavors are very mild. So
you take your...
Yeah, I took the first one off. The flavors are very mild, so I think the wine is a little overpowering, but they do pair very well. I think they complement each other anyways. So, and that's one thing you got to worry about when you smoke a cigar and drink wine. The wine...
Excuse me for 1 second.
Where are you going?
In here for 1 second,
the
because I have a joke.
The wine being a little sweeter and the cigar being more on the kind of bitterish side, usually the wine's a little more overpowering in the flavor department.
So apparently I'd like to speak so far about 2 things. First of all, I'm doing this to be funny. The cigar company, Cigar International, sent us this Wall Street Journal wine, WSJ, to pair it with our cigars.
So
they also sent this.
Yes, and one thing I like about this, it's from Naked Wines, and we actually did business with Naked Wines for a while. And this is for $100, which is their normal introductory for anybody who wants to get wine. And they have some very nice wines there, by the way.
I would like to see if they got my other one in from France.
They're all supplied by small-time wineries who are trying to make a name for themselves, and they give huge discounts so that their bottles can get out there. I've been pleased with almost everything we tried from there. So if you're thinking about doing it because CI sent you that too, I would recommend that you might want to give it a try, but make sure that you have money, because one thing that we didn't like about Naked Wines is they wanted to keep insisting that you buy more now. And we got to a point where it's like, well, we can't afford to buy more now, and they were getting rather unhappy, it seemed. So you got to almost make sure that you can buy a couple bottles of wine every month. In other words, you know, if you're on a limited income, even though it's affordable wine, it also
Here you go.
kind of...
Here's the bottles that we got from Naked.
Yeah, well, whoa, they were dusty. We tried this Janus Pinot Grigio. I think we did reviews on all these.
We never did on their website.
Well, we did on some. This is the Lacaze Private Collection Cabernet. The Arabella, I remember that was pretty decent. And that's a Cabernet. The F. Stephen Miller, this was actually really good wine. And the F. Stephen Miller was Voigner. I don't know how to pronounce that. You also have the Da Merlot, which was really decent. I remember that. And another one, the F. Stephen Miller Shiraz. So, and that was back about 4 years ago or 5 years ago that we were involved with Naked Wines.
I get here one more.
Gee, she's all over the place tonight. But yeah, the wine's holding pretty steady.
Ah,
what?
Here it is. The best wine out of them all.
Oh, yes. This was the one we really loved. The AOP Minervois from Benjamin Darnall.
Out of
and
France.
We almost bought an entire box of that because it was so good.
Yes, the Minervois is my all-time favorite. I don't know if they still have it, but I highly recommend it.
And you took the green. Oh, no, it's there. This cigar has needed a few little fixes, but nothing major. It's just hangnail here, hangnail there.
Did you forget to tell him?
Forgot to tell him what?
Well, then it's my turn then. Just to give a good review to Naked Wines, they ship everything out 2-day FedEx Express. Right?
Yeah. Or they did.
Yeah. I'm still a member with them in good standing. I just don't order from them because, you know, the
Minervois... You
Minervois...
actually had to ask them to back off and stop sending you emails and calling your phone, and it was getting really irritating, but...
They stopped. The Wall Street... Oh, and just so you know, Aaron, there's a wine club which charges $50 a month, and I looked into it. They don't charge you anything more like Naked Wine. It's $50. You get 6 bottles a month, either red or white or a mix. And every time you purchase 6 bottles, you get like 2,500 air miles to go towards your free trip, which is really cool.
And you know, these bands look like another cigar I've seen, but I don't know what they were called. It's got that little leaf on it. And we haven't tried those, so that's why they're fuzzy on my memory. But it wasn't Fields of Gold, which I know has a leaf on it too. That's a cheapo brand. Which could be from the same makers. I really don't know. And that other one that had the leaf, which... totally drawing a blank. That has no fluid in it.
You didn't say it. Give me the green one.
I told you I hadn't filled it yet. I was just bringing it over. I forgot to bring the fluid. That's the problem that one's got now. It just keeps going out on itself. And then eventually it'll stay on. And so I knew I was going to need a replacement. That's why I got the blue one, but it doesn't want to strike. The spark goes, but the gas doesn't ignite. And I drained the gas that was in. Oh, it's almost out of fluid anyways. That's probably part of it. But I drained all the old fluid out of it because they've had these lighters for quite a while. Probably just rusty. Anyways, we've now hit half an hour, and we will come back when we get into the final third. So stay tuned until then.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em, gentlemen and ladies. Welcome back, everyone, to our third part of this video.
I'll be with you in just a second.
I want to say that the complexities now is dark chocolate. I taste a little white chocolate, malt chocolate, or milk chocolate, and I taste some toffee flavors and cedar in this tasty little
And that's why
package.
I say it tastes like a mocha so far. This would pair very nice with a mocha, actually. Might be better with a mocha than with wine. And at this point, we're 1 hour and 1 minute into this cigar. And for this being only a 4.5, 1 hour is quite impressive to me. I would have figured 45 minutes to smoke this. And I have a feeling that because mine's right there, I got at least another 15 minutes out of this. Or close to. But I'll go ahead and give you my rating on it in a second. My rating on this cigar is going to be about a 9. The reason for that is because there's nothing terribly special about this, and it's limited edition, so it's going to be a little harder to find. The size is small, but it is a long burning smoke. And Rita was stating how it actually was upsetting her fillings a bit and making a metallic taste in her mouth. And I've kind of got a bit of metallic taste too in one of my fillings. So, well, actually it's not from my fillings, it's from my 3 implants, but this cigar is still a pretty decent cigar. I would like it in a larger size. It's burned pretty evenly. I haven't needed too many fixes, even though I did just go out, but, well, we were actually enjoying ourselves and doing some karaoke, so... yeah, you may not think it, but I like to sing. Rita's trying to learn to sing, and she hasn't gotten there yet. Maybe one day.
I need to get some dangly earrings and get my ears pierced. That would be really cool.
I got her into a couple songs tonight for her. Some of you may not have heard of them. Prima J, they have a song called Corazon. And that's one she's picked up to liking. I pushed you towards Saving Jane, Girl Next Door, Bic Runga Sway, and Sinead O'Connor, Nothing Compares to You. So she's gotten some more material for herself to practice her singing because she wants to have a nice singing voice. And heck, that's a good idea.
And a nice feminine voice, too, so...
That's the main thing. You're working on your voice so that you don't come across as too masculine, which is a good idea. It was actually my idea because singing actually stops people from stuttering. It's also a very good way to work with your pitch to go up and down. And if you're singing female songs and you're trying to follow the pitch of a female, your voice might naturally soften and become more soprano than baritone or tenor or whatever, or bass for that matter.
Or what's his name? Who died? Michael Clark Duncan, who died recently. Bless his heart.
His voice was bass.
Yeah, but his bass was cool.
The other thing I gotta say is I got a burn on my lip from dinner, and this is really aggravating the burn, which makes it less pleasurable than I'd like.
Since this isn't just a crappy little update video, which we do have out there, I want to say, just for the record, our dinner was probably like less than $5 for both of us.
We had cream chip beef, and the jar of chip beef was $2.50, and I used 2 cups of milk, which isn't even scratching the surface of a gallon, and half a stick of butter.
So tasty.
And half a stick of butter and some black pepper. big whoop-de-doo. It's a very cheap meal to throw together. Oh, and a quarter cup of flour.
And in history's time, lobster at one time was poor man's food, but then they changed it over to rich man's food. The poor didn't get any more.
And now to get to the wine. Again, this is Kirkland's Rioja. I don't even know what a Rioja is. I'll give you some more in a second. It's not a Cabernet or anything. Rioja must be the type of wine. But I've never heard of a Rioja.
Rioja, for some of you out there, just because I've drinking plenty of wines in my life, but I would less like to make, for the record, for Aaron, Rioja could also be the type of grape used.
That could be. And another nice thing about the Rioja in our video here is there's not many on the market like this. In fact, I've never seen a Rioja before, and you might be sitting there saying, well, what is a Rioja? Well, we're doing our best to review it. Oh, you looked it up. It's from only one company, Denominación de Origen Calificada.
Wine region, Spain.
And it's a wine region in Spain, and for some reason I thought this was someplace else. So this is a Spanish wine made by only one company. Well, there's one that's not. Apparently they make this for various different companies, because on the page for Rioja, they have multiple labels, but they're all made by the same place. So there's a Valserana, a Vina Alaraz. It's all the same wine that Kirkland.
Hold on. Wineries in Spain. Wineries are commonly referred to as bodegas, though the term also may refer to wine cellar, wineware. Sometimes the Rioja wine industry has been dominated by local family vineyards and cooperatives that bought the grapes and made the wine. Some bodegas would buy fermented wine from co-ops and age the wine to sell under their own label. In recent times, there had been more emphasis on securing vineyard
land and making estate bottled wines from the bodegas. So apparently this is only made in the region, I guess. But it's quite good. I would highly recommend it. It's almost a dessertish wine because it's more sweet than bitter. It's quite tasty.
Hold on. In the past, it was not uncommon for some bodegas to age their red wine for 15 to 20 years or even more before their release. One notable example is the Marquis de Moreta, don't quote me, I can't spell, which released in 1942 vintage Grand Reserva in 1983 after 41 years of aging. Today's most bodegas have shifted their winemaking focus to wines that are ready to drink sooner. The wine topically ages for 4 to 8 years prior to release, though some traditional still age longer.
That would explain why this is a 2010 and 6 years age.
The typical bodega owns anywhere from 10,000 to 40,000 oak barrels.
So, that's some information on the Rioja. But as I said, it's a very, very tasty wine.
Hold on. This created slightly oxidized wines with flavors of caramel and coffee and roasted nuts that did not appear to the large market for some of the negative examples showing characteristics of rubber and petrol flavors. Today the focus on white winemakers has been to enhance the vibrancy and the fruits of the flavor.
And I can definitely say I can taste some chocolate in it and some coffee, which could exactly be why this goes so well with the Quesada Espada. Espana. Selección Espana. So,
with Selección means selection.
Anyways, I will give the cigar a 9. And the wine I give about a 9 as well. There are wines I like better, so I can't say this gets top marks, but close to. This is top marks for pretty much everything anyways at a 9. And the pairing itself, I'd give a 10.
I give the wine a 9. I give the cigar a 9. I give the pairing a 10. But I also want to say, for the record, and I'm going to talk about this since he didn't, is the 5-pack of these shorties, 4x50s, short bellicosos, they call them quick smokes, but they're nothing quick about it, is $22.50 for this. And the wine was $8.99. So you can't complain
now,
for
I like to talk
$8.99.
about price point. $22 for 5 sticks works out $22.50. Works out to, what is that? About
$4.75.
No, it's less than that. $4 would be $20. So
$4.25.
it's roughly $4.40, $4.30 a stick. And you know, for over an hour smoke, this is now an hour and 10 minutes. As I said, I thought I'd get another 15 or so out of it, and I still think so. So just call it an hour 15 minutes for this smoke at $4 per stick, and you get something that's limited edition. And CI's got these until they run out, because I don't think they're going to
called the Winter Pack.
I don't think they're going to keep this around much longer. As soon as it's gone, it's gone.
And I would like to make a statement for some of you out there. Now, I've seen some of those professional cigar smokers online with me and Aaron can vouch for me, that turns around and says these cigars would be short, but then they'll turn around and they'll say they get like an hour and 20 minutes on a 6x60, and they get 45 minutes on a nub 4x60. They're power puffing. You have to slowly smoke those.
You have to, and I like to slowly smoke mine. I mean, I try to take a puff like every 20, 30 seconds, sometimes every 10 seconds. It totally depends on the cigar. I watch how it burns, and if it's not burning funny, you know, I'll slow down, and I'll see how slow I can actually go. With some cigars, I have to slow myself up, because sometimes I get this big honking mountain cherry, and I'm sitting there like, well, why is the cherry this tall? Well, it's because I'm smoking too fast. So that hot ash hasn't cooled enough to fall off.
And then you have Aaron, who, in my opinion, he's a medium smoker. He's not one of those that slow smokes or fast smokes. Sometimes he fast smokes, but he'll turn around and look at me and say, hurry up. My nickname's Trixie, so he's like, hurry up, Trixie Slowpoke.
Well, she ignores her cigars sometimes, and they go out on her more frequently than me. There's many times I have to relight hers for her. But anyways, there you have it. Both of us agree. A 9 on the smoke, a 9 on the wine, and a 10 on the pairing. And we got 4 more Quesadas to review. They are not going to be tonight. We'll split them up over the course of the month. So look forward to those. And again, if you've ever tried these, give some of your comments on what you thought of it in the box comments below. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. You know, this is a learning experience for people who want to know what these are like before they buy them. And so if you've tried them, it's a good place to leave some type of brief review or comment, whether you liked them or not. So thanks for tuning in. And
please add and subscribe. Please post comments, leave feedback, suggestions. Thank you. And may God bless you all. Smoke them if you got them. Ladies and gentlemen, good night and peace.